the Deuces Wild Bitches!
Yeah! And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Electric, man. That shirt just gets me going.
Dude, check it out. Got to give some love to two people. Here, TC, give me some. TC's in the house, but got to give some love to the grounds crew dudes. They had this on. You see the rake right here and home plate. They rake the infield and all that. And one of the guys had the shirt on. I'm like, dude, I ain't going with that puke color. I said, give me some Giants orange. So he gave me some Giants orange. I gave him a little some. And then thanks to my co-host, Eric Byrnes, I have some new no filter swag. So orange, I match. Boom.
And you got Trey in the background, who's got one of the most epic shirts of all time.
By far, the Battle of the Bay, baby. Yeah. Battle of the Bay.
If you didn't have that shirt, whether you were a Giants fan or an A's fan, and you were like a kid from, let's just say, 8 to 18 years old, you were a fucking nobody. I mean, you had to have that shirt to be cool.
Hey, so we met last week. We had a little technical difficulties. I want to give a shout out to Leslie Short. Big Papa Joe Manueli is one of our head honcho IT dudes, but then Leslie Short always anchors everything down. She sent me a new microphone. We got a new mic right here. We had some hitches in the giddy up last week, and now we're up and running. And so, Leslie, thank you.
Well, you know what, Thrill? We've talked about this a little bit before we came on the air. We used to do this in almost like a trial basis where we'd come on, we'd do the show, we'd come up with a few fun clips, and it's like, well, if the audio sucks, the audio sucks. Who cares? But now we're going out to 17 different platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Caffeine TV, Believe Podcast Network. And so I got a lot of feedback from fans and from the powers to be at all these different places about the show. And for the most part, they were really excited, saying how much they loved it and how awesome it was to have us on. They just had a couple requests, and one of those being, look, dial in the tech, make sure the microphone is okay. And then request number 2 was to make sure we don't swear that much. So on that note, let's fucking go!
Sorry. All you people in the audience, sorry. Depending on how much Jack Daniels and Tequila 818 is flowing, depends on how much cursing there will be on this broadcast.
Hey, man. Look, we're No Filter Network. I'm sorry. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Hey, don't apologize, big boy. Don't apologize. All right, let's get this thing kicked off. All right. Gigantes, they go to Colorado, had a little rough go of it, lost the first 3, and then they had a barn burner there. Game 4, wound up winning 11-10. They got a huge 2-game set right now. Starting tonight, it's going to be, Alex Cobb versus the old Mr. Galen from Arizona. You got a 2-game set, and it's the team that is directly in front of you for the wild card. So this is a definite we have to win. We cannot come in here and lose 2 in a row, or for that matter, we can't come in here and, win 1-1, because we'll leave out of here and we'll be in the same spot we were when we got here, just 2 games left, 2 games minus on the schedule.
Yeah, so a rough go at it in Colorado. It was good to get the barn burner, the last one, but now you're going into Arizona. The destiny's pretty much in your hand to an extent. Obviously, the Giants need to start playing better baseball, but Thrill, dude, there was an article that came out today in Sports Illustrated from Tom Verducci, and it is titled, "The Giants Are MLB's Most Boring Postseason Contenders. San Francisco deploys a tedious yet efficient game plan. And while it might not be the most compelling approach, it has been effective to a degree." Now, before you go, I want to start with the first little part of this and just get your reaction. We're going to go a couple sections by sections. With a poor offense and middling pitching, the Giants are in the thick of a wild card race with a dozen games left in their season, beginning with huge games the next 2 nights at the Diamondbacks. How they've done it is credit to their roster efficiency. But if this is the future of baseball, I want no part of it. The Giants are interesting in the way mutual funds are interesting. They are smart, efficient, and lack luster. Start there. Your thoughts, Will.
Start there. All right. So, I'm not a big time Verducci fan anyway. You and I kind of talked about it. He's more worried about his goddamn spray tan than he is about, what else the hell is going on in the world. But, for me personally, it's all about W's, and it's how you get them. You and I talked about it before. They employ some different strategies. The bullpen games. For me personally, I'd rather have starters go out there and go 7 or 8 innings. That's what I was born and raised with on the baseball field. That's not what we're employing now. And so you kind of gotta, hey, look, I'm not in charge. All right, Gabe Kapler and Farhan Zaidi are in charge. So you stick with what they're running out there. And you look around, and I think one of the things that I am catching from the fans is that we don't have a quote unquote like superstar that you can like latch onto. We don't have a Buster Posey, or a Madison Bumgarner or somebody that you can really like latch onto. And, that for me is probably why, people are like looking at the Giants and going, they're not interesting because of that reason. But the thing is, they find a way to go out there and they find a way to scratch and claw. And one of the things I've been most proud about the Giants this year is the ability to win 1-run games late.
Dude, you just said it. It's incredible. They actually have an 11-3 record, the best in Major League Baseball in extra innings. And Verducci brings up that they've had this success because the rules are gerrymandered. So they start with the runner at second base. And if you have a team that puts the ball in play and puts pressure on the defense, can get the 2-out knock, that's really big. So obviously it's been a very successful formula for them. The other thing that Verducci brings up, he says they're all role players. There's no stars. And they have, you ready for this? A 16-person coaching staff.
Actually, it's 17. They don't have 16. They got 17 coaches. So yeah, we got a big locker room as far as the coaches' locker room. But hey, look, we just flat out said it. Hey,
make a locker for Dad.
Yeah, no kidding. Make a locker for me when I come in. I got to go hang out in the laundry room. But no, my big thing is, they tried to go out during the offseason and get a free agent or two. That didn't work. And so they just said, oh, hell with it. We're going to stay with the cash that we got, and we're going to go out there. We're going to make the best of it. My big thing is, you got guys that have been starters before, Manea, Alex Wood, guys like that. And so, there are times where you do not have to go out there and do the full-on bullpen game. You can throw a starter out there and go 4 or 5 real good quality innings before you turn it over to the bullpen. And, that, like I said, is a philosophy that Kapler and Farhan are having. It's worked. They won 107 games doing some some crazy stuff. Last year, scuffled a little bit. This year, we're in it. I mean, like we talked about, we got 12 games left. We're in it. We're playing head-to-head in our division for the last 12 games, which is exactly what you want to do. This is how you earn your stripes. So now what we need to do is take care of business in Arizona before we move on.
Giants starters throw an average of just 72 pitches per game. That's the shortest leash in Major League Baseball. They've thrown 3 innings or less 43 times. That's 13 more than any other team in baseball. It's also the most such abbreviated starts in baseball history, other than the 2018 and 2019 Rays, which had 71 and 53. There's more stats here. It says they're 27 and 45. That's a 375 win percentage, an unfathomable rotation record for a team in contention in the last 2 weeks of the season. The worst rotation winning percentage by a playoff team is 464 by the Padres in 05. So this will be the worst winning percentage by starters if the Giants do end up making the playoffs. It's just nuts. And they're doing it differently, though, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing it differently. And the fact that, here we are on September 19th, and, the fact that they're basically in the race says something about the guys that are in the clubhouse. They're wanting to go out there and win just kind of any way possible. If you look at it, kind of exactly what you're talking about, you're looking at the starter position. You're looking at Logan Webb and Alex Cobb. Both of these guys will be going in this series against Arizona. Those are our 2 main starters, and those are the 2 guys that, believe it or not, are racking up most of the pitches that you're talking about. The 72, 73 are coming from other guys who aren't going near as many. So, for me personally, look, you got guys down the pipe like, Kyle Harrison and some of the other guys that we've talked about that I've seen in the minor leagues. Hey, these guys need to be built to go 90, 100 pitches. They don't need to be built to go 40, 50 pitches and then yank the crap out of the game. That's not what a starting pitcher does. That's not what a dominant starting pitcher does.
Mm-hmm. Verducci makes the point here. He says, we all know wins and losses are not the best measurement of a starting acumen, but who cares about wins? A casual fan, which makes up most of your fan base. 20 wins in a season and 200 in a career still means something from a value-added perspective. There is something dramatic about watching a starting pitcher work deep into the game. I agree with our boy Tom on this. It says this is not just the Giants. All teams have bought into this trend. Though injury rates continue to soar, which is one reason Red Sox manager Alex Cora will spend some of his offseason time studying a better way to develop pitchers. Look, let's start here. How about letting them fucking pitch? Gosh damn it, man.
Exactly. Hey, look, I mean, I hate to say it. Look, I get it. When you're coming out of spring training, and you're still working up your arm strength and all that, and you're throwing, 40, 50 pitches to build up. But, if I come in to see a minor league team in, June, July, I expect to see these kids going 75, 80, 90 pitches like falling off a log, and I'm not seeing that. And so that for me is, kind of what we were addressing earlier. Another thing, the fact is, hey, look, we do have, and we talked about this, we do have a lot of talent in the minor leagues. I mean, we're talking about Harrison. You all got a little view of Harrison. You saw Tristan Beck. He's been up 3 or 4 or 5 times, whatever it's been this year. Sean Hajali. So, I mean, there are guys that you're getting little glimpses of, but there are other guys that are coming up behind him that just got just as much talent. And so, me personally, I want to see him stretched out. I want to see him lengthened out. I want to see a starter be a starter. Go out there, take the ball. We even addressed this the other day with the dude that wanted out of the game after he threw 6 innings, remember? And And then
George
he gave up
Springer,
the
yeah.
game tying homer in the 7th, and he just, he set himself up for failure. That's getting to be the mentality now. That should not be the mentality if you're a starting pitcher. You want the ball to go deep in the game and then turn it over to bullpen that only has to go maybe 2 innings.
You ready for a crazy number here? As somebody who grew up watching the same guy in the 3-hole for damn near 160 games, the Giants this season have used 13 players in the 3 spot.
So
those guys don't feel They don't fucking deserve it, dude. They just don't. You got to fucking earn your stripes to be that 3-hitter, man.
Hey,
That's
look.
your best hitter. Earn your stripes.
That is the truth right there. You hit the freaking nail on the head. There are two guys that set up the whole batting order. Your leadoff guy and your 3-hole. Those 2 dudes, all right, set everything up. I told Brett Butler was the greatest leadoff hitter in the world. Bunt, he walk, he had a little miniature strike zone, he battled your ass off. He had an over 400 on base percentage every year. He was our catalyst, and I told him that, and I've told you guys in the chat room know this. You go, we go. So then here I come after Robbie Thompson. Robbie Thompson was an integral part because he could do the hit and run. He could do the bunt and run. I mean, he gets some RBIs here and there. But then here I go, all right, number 3 slot, all right? Now I'm setting up the big boys. I'm setting up Mitchell and Matt Williams. I'm setting up Matt Williams, Barry Bonds, all right? It is our job, leadoff guy and the number 3 guy, to set up the big boppers in the lineup. And, dude, that's why you said you cannot have 13 freaking guys into one of the most important spots in the lineup. You have to have one guy who knows what the shit he's doing and get the job done.
It's the most important spot in the lineup. And I am very progressive, forward thinking. I've thought about having our best hitter hitting the 2 spot. I've thought about leading them off, whatever it is, and all the different lineups that we write. Yet here I am, and our dude who just helped us take down the tournament in Huntington Beach this past weekend. Huge victory for Let Them Play, by the way. But he's, dude, he was a Team USA guy, Jesse Maddox, and he hit 3rd all fucking weekend, and he cleaned up, dude. It was amazing to watch. Last year, we had this kid, Brett Rieger, hitting there, and never moved him, never thought about it. And you know what I tell 1 and 2? So in this case, it's Biscuit and Jagger. Dudes, it's your guys' job, 1 to 2 of you. If one, I get it, like you're not both going to get on every single time, but every single time I do expect 1 of the 2 of you to get on. I never want to see you guys go 1-2. As in making out.
All right, here's another one for you. Totally agree. Exactly what you said right there. But everybody in the chat room, all right, you guys know this. The beauty of baseball, and this is just flat out. I mean, look at the history of baseball. It is amazing how many times the 3-hole hitter comes up in the 8th or 9th to win the game. It's amazing how many times that happens. So that's why you have to have a stud in the middle of the lineup that sets up everybody behind him. Because guess what? The way the beauty of the game works, that stud is going to come up in the 8th and 9th and win you the ball game.
Well, what's great, it also speaks about the longevity of the lineup, the depth of a lineup. So this past weekend, we were down 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs, nobody on, with our 9, 10, and 11 hitters coming up. The 9 hitter worked like a 10-pitch walk. The 10 hitter got hit by a pitch, and the 11 hitter worked a walk as well. And then it turned the lineup over to Biscuit, 3-run triple. We taped the lead, ball game.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
It's amazing, dude. I mean, you just sit there. You sit there. I mean, you see it time and time again. How many times does like one of the studs come up at the end of the game to win the game? It's amazing how that happens. All right. Speaking of a stud, all right, this big boy right here sitting next to me. All right. We just found out, we talked about having a little car wreck, a few weeks ago. Found out that Mr. Trey Man had a little fractured rib. He's been hanging around with the fractured rib and taking batting practice and trying to go play games and stuff like that. So I know that some of the shall we say, the modern day players would have gone on the IR, but my man right here, my man right here, he forked it over, big boy.
Trey, have you sneezed yet with your cracked rib?
Yes.
I think a few times, I guess, but not a whole hell of a lot.
But it's feeling better, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We thinking about taking a little BP here next few days. We'll see how it goes.
We were talking about George Kirby leaving the ball game in the 7th when he didn't want to come. I would have loved to pitch in the 7th.
Well, yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, right, Trey.
In fact,
absolutely.
I had to leave a shift from work because I had this broken rib and it was just killing me.
Yep. Well, we good now.
I had to leave.
Miss on. So anyway, the big boy's stretching it out. So we good.
One of the most painful things I've ever dealt with, I think I've told you about this before, was a broken rib, but Brandon Phillips dropped a knee on me. I used to go into second base really hard. I'd slide past the bag, kind of like you did in St. Louis when you went after Ozzie Smith and Jose Akendo. But the problem is, like, I was exposed, and so he jumped up in the air and then he landed on me and cracked the rib. And so every time after that, I changed my style in which I would slide straight into the bag and then I pop up and give him a fucking shoulder, man.
That dude BP.
That's right. Hey, so anything else on the Verducci front, the tan man front, or because there's a lot of words that he put in there that we can like argue. One of them is like tedious. He put that tedious word in there, but guess what? Baseball is 9 innings long. It's at least 3 hours long. Before this bullshit shot clock. Mm-hmm. And you have to be the guy who's going to show up at the end. And so, it might be tedious. Yeah, it might be, but that's the beauty of the sport. There's another beauty. All right, here's another one. Baseball might be tedious because we play 162 games, because anybody can get hot for a month, but try to get hot for 6 months, or try to have consistency for 6 months. So, these guys find these words to stick in there. And for me personally, they can go fly a kite, because you know what? I tell everybody, I'm very well educated. I went to school. I went to high school. I went to college. I know punctuation and all that. All these sports writers that walk around, the first thing I tell them is, I say, I can do your job. You can't do my job. Boom. There's a little dig for all of those little freaking meatheads. Oh,
okay.
And on that note, I don't have around here a book of synonyms and a thesaurus and all that. Oh, yeah, I can freaking come up with some different words for your asses.
On that note, let's get into the San Francisco Giants offense that Verducci writes about.
All right, here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. That's about how many Jack Daniels we got.
Similar gig methodology. Split the work among many. You can do this when you don't have a star player. Kapler never has used the same lineup more than 4 times. I mentioned this earlier. He's used 13 players in the number 3 spot, including a different one every game in a 4-game series over the weekend at Colorado. J.D. Davis, Michael Conforto, Wilmer Flores, and Jock Peterson. For the 5th time in the past 7 seasons. This is crazy. Thrill, ready for this stat? The Giants will not have a player with 80 RBIs. Not one.
You know what? That kind of goes back to the fact that, we've had, so many guys in different spots in the batting order.
Yep.
All right. In order to rack up a lot of RBIs, you have to be in the same spot, especially in the middle of the order. And guess who your RBI guy is, by the way? Your RBI guy is not your 3-hole hitter, not your 4-hole hitter. It's your 5-hole hitter. That's your RBI guy. All right. And so because we switched around batting orders so much, you don't have guys that are going to have a lot of RBIs. Matter of fact, I think like Conforto and Wilma Flores both have either 55 or 56, and they lead the team. So, he's right in that regard. For me personally, I like putting guys, especially your good hitters. I like putting those guys, where they can facilitate the lineup. So I'm talking about a guy like Estrada. When he gets hot, a guy like Yastrzemski. When he gets hot, a guy like Slater. Those guys need to be kind of in the mix to set everybody up. And, they don't need to be in the 7, 8, 9 slot.
Verducci.
My theory on that. By the way, Big TC, what did you talk about? We had a walk-off?
We had a walk-off in Miami.
Who hit it?
Jake Berger hit a walk-off single against.
And look at him, man.
Oh, Marlins beat the Mets with a walk-off jacket.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, bro. I mean,
Dude.
he's a throwback from your day.
Hey. Yeah, look, that's what I'm talking about. A little stash, a little bald head. Go get him.
Yeah. He
got
acquired from the White Sox.
Nice.
Yep. You're right, Trey. And that's
Hey, Luke. Hey, Luker, while we're sitting here thinking about it, all right, since I see you on the chat right now, find out where the Giants rank defensively, because that's one thing. I don't know if anybody has kind of like been paying attention to this, but that's one of the things we've been really solid about, in the years that we've won, and we've kind of been a little iffy about it lately. So Pete Kinney's saying we're last in fielding, which, that in and of itself is a major problem, because if you can't stop the other team, you can't give away free runs. And that's if we are last, in the major leagues, that's giving away way too many free runs.
Well, beyond that, still with the offense, you guys ranked 15th in walks, 19th in homers, 25th in strikeouts, 21st in runs per game, and 30th in stolen bases. Only the Yankees and White Sox have a lower average sprint speed than the Giants. And so it says here, Thrill, it says, well, what do they do well? They play matchup baseball. No team has sent more pinch hitters to the plate than the Giants. They're 7th best in MLB at winning the platoon advantage on offense and 4th best at winning it on defense. Sorry, but that's not something the ad department can work with when it comes to selling tickets.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Hey, you know what? You're talking about, pinch hitting and stuff like that, okay? And I get it. There's certain times where you can kind of just see it. But if a guy gets off on the right foot, in a game, you don't know if this is going to be like a Katie bar to door type of game. You know what I'm saying? So there was one of my partners that are down here. He called me up the other day because he goes, "What the shit are you guys doing?" I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Lamont Wade and Yastrzemski both homered early in the game, and they pinched for him in like the 6th and 7th inning." And I go, hey, what can I say to that? First off, I'm not in the dugout. I don't know what the decision process is and all that. All I know is if I hit a home run early in the game and then you come up to me, in the 6th or 7th and say, hey, I'm going to pinch hit for you, I'm going to give you one of these right here. Wow. All right, there you go. You can pinch hit for me while you're laying on the ground. I'm not coming out of this game. I've already jacked one. Who knows? I might get up there, 2-run single another one or doink one in. But if I hit a homer early in the game, I'm feeling it. Let me in there. So anyway.
So could you imagine Lamont Wade Jr. coming up for his third at bat? He's 1 for 2 with a homer. And Kapler's like, yo, late night, why don't you sit this one out? And late night turns to him and he goes, whoa.
Hey, look, we kind of laugh and giggle about it. But I mean, back in the day, dude, there was some brouhahas going on in the dugout that nobody saw because the cameras back then, they had a little quote unquote, you couldn't follow people into the dugout. And not necessarily the Giants, but some of the other teams. Oh shit! I remember one. I won't name the player's name, but the manager was Larry Boa. They came in off the field, and it was, a full-on Donnybrook in the Phillies dugout. And I was like, oh my god, So that's the way it was back then.
So to support your theory, I've told you this story before, but I want to rehash it because we're dealing with a much larger audience that we go out to, not only on our live interactive video podcast that we're doing right now on No Filter Network, but this is reaching so many other people and beyond. Well, basically, I was playing for the A's at the time. We're playing Cincinnati, and we were at Old Riverfront Stadium. They're building the new stadium across the street. Olmedo Signs got the start. He hit a double in his first at bat off the top of the right center field wall, and then hit a ball into the fucking new stadium in his second at bat. He comes up for his third at bat and gets pinch hit for. And it was like, yo, Olmedo, sit this one out. If you know Olmedo's side, he's just like, we call him Sleepy. And he's just, he kind of like the eyes closed, just walk away, like totally unfazed. Well, sure enough, they have Billy McMillan pinch hit. Like a half inning before, Billy McMillan was up in the fucking clubhouse eating a cheeseburger. Dude, Billy was like, I'm not going to hit. Olmedo's 2 for 2. That would have been my spot. But he has a double and a homer. Nobody in the right fucking mind would pinch hit me for Olmedo at this point. But the A's, who are on the forefront of all this shit, decided to do it. Now, I don't remember what happened. Who gives a shit? The bottom line is this. Who do I have faith in getting a hit? Olmedo Signs in a right-on-right matchup after he's already hit a double off the top of the right field wall and an absolute fucking nuke. Or the guy that was up in the clubhouse eating a cheeseburger 10 minutes before.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right?
No.
That's an easy decision. So
if you look further into it, I bet you could find numbers that support it because as well as I know, when somebody gets hot, you ride them. So the guy that hit a homer.
Yeah, no,
it's a feeling that you have. You feel it's just walking into the plate that you have that much more confidence. You're going to get a knock,
dude. And we talk about it to the nth degree. You and I talk about it. It's a freaking gut instinct. You're like, and you have been around the game. I've been around the game. The people that are in the chat room been around the game. There's that gut instinct. They do it when they're at work. It's the same thing when we're at work. We got this feeling like, oh shit, don't throw that pitch because he's about ready to jump all over it or something like that,
Yeah.
And that lends itself to, Stephen Luker came on here. Thank you, by the way, Stephen. And thanks for Pete Kinney too, as well. They came on there and said, we're last with a fielding percentage of 981. All right. That goes to playing guys kind of not every day. All right. The reason
Yep.
that I'm saying that is because you don't get in a rhythm. Not only hitting, you don't get in a rhythm fielding. I mean, baseball's a big rhythm game. You need to play every day. You need to work every day. You need to do this every day. That kind of thing. All right. And also on top of that, the Giants absolutely love and look, I get it. I get it. It's where the game's kind of going, but they love multiple position guys. I like guys that specialize in one position and get really good at one position and dominate. So, hey, look, the game's changed. We know it. Everybody in the chat room knows it. But when you start seeing the numbers go down and you start seeing the productivity go down, guess what? We got to get it turned around, going in the right direction, some sort of way or another.
I think you can have one utility guy on the field, but having multiple utility guys makes it really difficult. And that's why you're going to see that fielding percentage be so low, because essentially you're playing guys out of position.
Correct. So you, as an outfielder, this better than anybody. All right. If you play in left field, the ball's hooking this way. You play in right field, the ball's hooking the other way. And so, if you're constantly switching positions, you might get freaking mind fucked one time and go, oh shit, this ball's going to go this way and the ball goes the other way. And you're 15 feet out of position, or you make an error because it's off the end of your glove, whatever it is. And so, for me personally, there's two things that I need to see there. And I'm just not going to beat around the bush on this. I need to see a better work ethic, and I need to see somebody that wants to step up when the game's on the line. You show me those two things right there, and guess what? The San Francisco Giants going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now, Thrill. They're 2 games back of that. Let's see.
And the game has started. Here we go. Pitch number 1.
Okay, they're 2 games back of the Cubs, but they also have 2 teams in front of them.
Yeah.
Tough task.
Yeah, they got Cincinnati and Miami.
And the Marlins just won on that Jake Berger walk-off.
Yeah. So they're already in front of us. So
late night Lamont Wade Jr. a 378 on base percentage. That's a big number.
Yeah. So we got the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs are tied for the number 3 spot in the wild card. Miami is tied as well. All 3 of them: Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami, and then we are 2 games back of all 3 of those teams.
It's a lot more difficult, though, Thrill, right? Like, you have to jump 2 teams, man. Like, what are the?
Yeah. Well, you got to jump 3 teams, and Arizona is 2.5 in front of us.
So really, it could be any of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it could be any of the 4 teams that are ahead of us right now.
Well, 5 really, because it's Diamondbacks, Cubs, Reds, Marlins, Giants.
Yeah, exactly. 5 total. 5 total. 5 total for 2 spots.
And only the Cubs have a positive run differential at plus 86.
You are correct. Everybody else is in the minuses. Arizona's minus 26. Cincinnati's minus 38. Miami's minus 37. And the Gigantes are minus 14.
Okay, I have a question for you.
All right.
Last night, Mike Clevenger was on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. And Dom Smith was hitting for the Washington Nationals. It's 6-0 White Sox. Clevenger had gone the entire game and was obviously hoping to get the shutout. Dom Smith runs into the ball, smokes it. It was a nuke. And takes his time. It wasn't egregious if you ask me, but takes his time, looks in the
By the way,
dugout,
Lamont Wade hit a triple.
Good.
and just like that, the Giants are rolling.
There you go. All right. So, all right, Clevenger, what? I'm sorry.
So Clevenger gives it up. Homer. And Dom Smith's taking his sweet-ass time around the bases. So Clevenger's yelling at him. They're going back and forth. Dom Smith hits home plate and starts to go after Clevenger. And you see him, John, back and forth. Clevenger went ahead and pointed at the fucking scoreboard. And I obviously making a statement. There are a couple of dog shit teams. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be watching postseason baseball here shortly. But it just kind of brings up that, that point of what's acceptable and what's not. And I did a video on this earlier today.
All right, a little sack fly from Yastrzemski to left field, run scores.
Oh, good.
1-0 Gigantes, 1 out.
So good little start there for the Giants.
All right.
So in the video, I basically said that I could understand both points of view. I could understand Clevenger thinking, dude, we're up 6-0. You just hit a bomb. Nobody gives a shit. Circle the bases, go back to the dugout, fuck off. I could also understand Dom Smith's point of view. We've been getting boat raced all day. We're getting shut out. You know what? It was nice, a little lift for me and the boys here. It's not over. We're going to play to the last pitch. I hit a nuke, and so I'm going to enjoy it. So, and then also in the Dom Smith camp would be these days with the fact that we've seen all these guys do these fucking dances at every base as they go around the bases. I'm like, what Dom Smith did really wasn't that bad.
No, not at all.
Where's the judge and jury on it? Is it just on one individual incident? What's protocol? What would have you done if you guys were down 6-0 and you're facing Nolan Ryan and you hit a fucking bomb off him? What would have you done and how would you run the bases?
I'd have put my head down and run as fast as possible.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, right, Trey? Because what would happen if you didn't? What would happen if you did your little... You were going to get a fractured rib like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So I just want to say this real quick because when you were talking, Trey and I were kind of watching, the game day on here and all that stuff. They threw 7 pitches to Lamont Wade. All 7 pitches were in the same quadrant. They were up and away. You throw 7 pitches in the same quadrant to a major league hitter, sooner or later he's going to make an adjustment.
Topo in the gap.
Yeah. Well, right now?
No.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, Wilma Flores. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Lamont Wade.
Yeah.
You throw 7 pitches in the same exact little box in the game day. Guess what? Sooner or later, I see 7 pitches in the same spot. I'm going to be able to hit one of them. I promise you that.
Well, dude, they're big league hitters. And this is what's so stupid is that – so this is really funny because I played pickleball with Dan Herron yesterday. Dan Herron.
Here we go. Pickleball, ladies and gentlemen. The most boring version of tennis you've ever seen in your life.
So, hey, by the way, did they open the roof in Arizona?
Jock Peterson, deep to center field, get out, gone.
Yes, Homer.
See ya.
That's what we're talking about. That's the first inning for you.
Yeah.
Give Mr. Cobb a little chance to relax.
Yeah.
The pride of Palo Alto. And Gallen kept going breaking balls down and into him.
Yeah.
Well, here's another one. And he left that one over. I guess they were trying to backdoor it. But as I was mentioning, I was playing pickleball with the pitching strategist for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And basically, he was telling me how he loves his job and his game plan against these guys. But if I told you or if even Dan Heron told you that you get Lamont Wade Jr. out up and away, it doesn't mean you throw 7 fucking pitches up and away.
No. I mean, all right, look, you get him 0-2 or 1-2, whatever. How about trying to bounce a breaking ball and get him to chase? Don't keep going in the same place so he can see the same pitch over and over and over again. So anyway, that's my rant on that.
These big league hitters that apparently say have a hole here, a hole there, like it's a hole if you could set up the hole, right? If you get them thinking, like, just say if Lamont Wade Jr. wants to pull the baseball, if that's the case, yeah, you're working away, but you have to back him off the plate to open up the up and away. You go down and in, now it's up and away, up and away, up and away, down and in, up and away.
Yep, I get it. You know what I mean? And then that's the thing. I mean, you know, if you're a big league pitcher, you want a guy's eyes to go to a different place. You don't want to have him in the same spot all the time, but that's what happens sometimes.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing on smell-o-vision? You doing all right?
Well, we got to ask my wife.
No, I mean, are you good to go for the show or what? You got a mail?
Yeah. I mean, she's been cracking a whip lately, man. Like, so Chloe is now a freshman at Truckee High School.
Oh, wow.
And so, dude, she goes to school every day, and she's my only kid that goes to school. The other ones, we still have the liberty. It's like they could sleep in or whatever because they do homeschool, and they either go to a tutor or they do their work here. But Chloe is very regimented now with her dinner schedule. So we're basically like 7:15 sharp. Like, that's it when it comes to the show. So yeah, we got a little bit of time here. We can watch the game and kind of get a feel of how it's going and everything. But yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So we'll play it by ear. We'll watch the Diamondbacks come up in the bottom of the inning, and we'll see how Alex Cobb is chunking it. You know, I mean, the game that, you know, I saw in San Francisco. As a matter of fact, we talked about it. I texted Trey when it was going on about, you know, his no-hitter. Remember that? He was throwing like 70% split fingers. So we'll see what he features tonight and how he's going to try to get these guys out.
Talk to our audience about what it means to play down the stretch in these last 2 weeks.
Oh my God. So all right. So that's a great one right there. So here you are in the latter parts of September. You've been playing for 5.5 months plus spring training, you know, another month and a half. All right. I'm telling you right now, you're gassed. I mean, you are literally gassed because you've been traveling, sleeping in beds that not your own, not your same pillow. I mean, all kinds of little stuff like that. You're gassed. But when you step on the field, you have to find something that gets you into that game that day. And for me personally, it was the fact knowing that, hey, look, I'm playing for something at the end of the rainbow right here. And the end of the rainbow is 12 games away. And so not only myself, Robbie Thompson, Kevin Mitchell, Matt Williams, Barry Bonds, Kurt Manwaring, you can just freaking name names and, you know, you'll be like, hey, we need to pick everybody up because everybody needs to get on board here. And that's where the Giants are right now.
So here's Alex Cobb. He gave up a single right away to the number 1 rookie in all of Major League Baseball, according to these rankings that I was looking at. I mean, he's having a fucking fantastic year, man.
Yeah, no, he's having – Corbin Carroll's having a great year. And then so he gives up a knock. And what does Cobb do? first pitch to the next guy's freaking split finger right out the chute.
You just threw another one.
And here's the 0-1 split finger. So, ladies and gentlemen, guess what's coming? We're going to play multiple choice here.
Okay.
47 stolen bases
Another one.
by Corbin.
Pitch
Carroll.
number 3. Split finger. Let's take a guess on pitch number 4. It's
Hey,
amazing.
I'm gonna start stealing that shit though, right?
Yeah, oh, dude, it's hysterical. Uh-oh.
Base hit, another one.
Yeah.
Man.
Hung another one. That wasn't a split finger. That was more of, he was trying to get in there on a fastball.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, it was
Now-
93.
First and third Diamondbacks. Now Corbin Carroll had to have been running on the pitch. It was too easy for him to get into third base. That's the thing when you start throwing that many, the splits in a row, and he doesn't look overly quick to home plate, like probably 1.35 seconds. It's a math equation stealing second. That's what nobody realizes.
Yeah, no. So this guy's having a sneaky year. Old Tommy Pham. This is the ex St. Louis Cardinal, isn't it?
Yeah, he plays angry, man. Just watch him.
and I thought that when he was with St. Louis, I thought he's a pretty damn good player.
Hold on a second. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't he the one that bitch slapped Jock Peterson?
Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, over fantasy football, whatever the shit that was. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Over
dude,
that?
he thought Jock was stealing guys off the waiver wire or hoarding players. Like I forget the exact thing. So he walks up to him and he open face bitch slapped him. I mean, seriously?
And I think he had to serve a 3-game suspension for that too.
He just looks angry. That's going to be an RBI, not going to be a double play. And that's how you go break it up. It's exactly what you do. Ketel Marte, good job.
Yeah, you gotta go straight into the bag.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, good job. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you see the first base coach over there for the Arizona Diamondbacks? That's Dave McKay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Former Cardinal.
That's right.
And he used to play for the Twins.
That's right. And very good. And he coached for the A's too.
Coach for the A's. I mean,
he was with Tony La Russa
yep.
all the way through, and then now he's with Arizona, and he has been in major leagues for 40-something years as a coach.
So the Giants get 2 runs. The Diamondbacks answer with 1. How did the Giants get their second one? You had the triple.
Yeah, you had the triple sack fly, and then you had Jock's homer.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I called the fucking thing
All right,
right
no
here.
problem.
Huh.
Hey, look, you're an inning in. I mean, that 818 to kill you is circling around your brain right now.
Dude, I haven't even taken a sip of it yet. That's probably the problem.
Well, maybe you need to get the freaking little fajibs all straightened up. Take a freaking big old swig of that shit.
Thrill. Don't ever challenge me here. And we'd like to thank our proud sponsors over at 818.
818 to kill you.
I'd like to remind Dean, hey, Joe Boone needs a fucking refill, man. The thing's getting.
Hey, look. Please send Eric Byrnes a case of 818, please, because as Big Mike can attest in the audience in the chat room. Oh, and wherever the fuck Cordelli is, whenever EB starts drinking 818, we get turtles that are biting people in the nose and on their tits and everything else.
Especially the reverse white guy.
We have 818 to kill you stories.
Dude, that turtle is getting big. I just kind of really noticed it the other day.
Don't let that turtle get your nose anymore if he gets bigger, God damn it. Jesus Christ.
Where's the last place that you would want that turtle?
Oh, don't even go there. Don't even go there. We're not going to say it, Trey. Shh. We're not saying it. Hey, me and you. Us right here.
So, you know where I think would be a pretty safe
Oh,
spot?
here we go. He's got to say it. He can't leave it alone. Leave it alone, God damn it. You're got to say it. Look at you. Shit.
Hey, Dad, I got
This is a place where I actually would be okay.
Mr. Byrnes. Hey, thank you for letting me on the show tonight.
Good time to leave, Trey. Great idea.
Nice job.
Hey, you come on the show whenever you want, man.
Okay, sure.
So,
all right, bro. Take that with you.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I'm serious.
All right, you gotta let me know. So go ahead. Now that Trey's out of here, let the cat out the bag. Go ahead.
I think that I would be pretty comfortable with Taco the turtle hanging from my scrotum.
Oh my God.
If you think about it's an
Oh
area
my
that have a lot
God,
of-
ladies and gentlemen, this show has gone south. It really has gone south.
And hell yeah, they have teeth. They got big teeth.
I
So
know
it
they got
makes
teeth.
sense.
I know they got teeth. And they latch on and they don't fucking let go. All right?
So,
And look,
The
she
nipple-
hasn't even come on the chat room yet. I'm going to tell Tara, hey, look, he wants a turtle hanging from his freaking sack.
I don't want a turtle hanging from my sack.
My ass.
If I had to have a turtle hanging from one area, I've tried the nose. It hurts, dude. It fucking hurts.
I know it hurts. Jesus Christ. You ever get one of those ingrown hairs or whatever? It's like, Jesus, that some bitch hurts.
So, obviously, dude, the nipples, I naturally have sensitive nipples. I would not want the turtle latching onto my
You
nipples,
have
man.
sensitive nipples, but you don't have a sensitive scrotum? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, it's skin that's just kind of there.
Oh
Like,
my
it's
God.
like-
Ladies in the audience, I'm so sorry that you have to hear this from our beloved leader here. I'm sorry about that. I'm apologizing.
I think all women understand that these conversations happen and they appreciate that they're happening out in the public. Now, a turtle in another close part to that would not be okay hanging from. But again, trust me, I'm not in.
How the shit did we get here from watching baseball? How did we get to discussing who was in the 3-hole and who was catching ground balls to we're going to have turtles hanging from our scrotums? How the shit did we get there? Oh, and by the way, that better be a fucking TikTok right there, motherfucker. Go! Give us some!
I'm actually might want to veto this one, dude. This is the one. This is like the one. When you had what would have been your greatest TikTok of all time, you then ended it with, and this better not be a fucking TikTok. And we made sure that it wasn't. Oh, yeah. I don't know. On this note, now I'm serious about this. This is a very, very, very serious question. What's the craziest shit that you've seen in a locker room? And I'm going to start, and I'll give you an example. So they used to have that gallon of milk challenge where they would say,
oh, yeah.
So one spring training, we decided to do this. And each day it was a different fucking guy, man. Dude, they'd get halfway, 3/4 of the way through. And it'd come right back up, just white puke.
Yeah, yeah.
But Brad Fisher, a legendary bullpen coach for the Oakland A's, dude, he put this fucking thing down and he says he has no gag reflex, and that's the reason why. I don't know. So on that note,
hey, look, that sounded pretty good to me right there.
It's nuts. So yeah, what sort of shit did you see? Like I saw hot foot. I had a guy fuck with me one time where he put he put the hot shit in
Yeah, I get it. 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 Look, dude, I've been through the ringer from I can start in high school, go to college, and then go to pro ball. I mean, all right. So you know, one of our initiations in high school was, hey, look, you had to go get a football player to do something. And I'm like, what? You had to get a football player to do something stupid. I was like, okay. And so I go up to, and I was a freshman, and this dude's like a sophomore, I guess, and he's a big, huge lineman on the football team. I'm like, hey, dude, I said, I watch you guys, and you guys like fall down a lot and shit like that. It looks like y'all scrape up all your shit. And he goes, yeah. I go, look, I said, you need to practice what the fuck we do in baseball. I said, so that you can do it in football and not get all tore up. And he's like, well, what do y'all do? And I said, check this out. And so I'm literally like buck naked, and I turn around and I soap up my ass, right? And I go, look, take off running through the shower and then slide like you're going to fucking slide into second base. And I said, you don't tear no shit up. And he's like, dude, I'm going to do that. I go, yeah, fucking soap that motherfucker up. So he's fucking soaping his shit up, right? And we got all these little bitty square ass tiles like this. And I'm like, oh God, please do it. Please do it. Please do it. And he fucking takes off running, and he gives it the fucking jump slide, you know? And we got like 15 fucking ball players watching this. And he goes like this. He goes, and he just leaves tracks of his ass on the fucking shower. He gets up. He's bleeding like a freaking stuck pig. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he fell for that shit. Oh my God. And all of my baseball buddies go, dude, that was the best ever. You don't ever have to do a prank ever again. I'm like, all right, go, game on.
So, dude.
It was fucking beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, poor guy, dude. That's definitely.
Dude, I'm telling you, he got up and he had these little square fucking tile, little indents on his ass, and he's bleeding from every one of them. And I was like, you are a fucking moron. As big Bill Engvall used to say, here's your sign.
Hey, so you remember this guy by the name of Adam Pyatt, Mississippi State?
Oh, God. Yes. Adam, Mississippi State guy. I know Adam well.
So Adam Pyatt was a prankster, and him and Tim Hudson had this back and forth from the time they were in the minor leagues all the way to the big leagues and beyond. So I guess apparently it got to the point where we were in the big leagues, and I guess they would get each other's room keys. You know, they'd all be laid out for you.
Yeah.
And so say, for example, Huddy took Pyatt's room key and then went and hid inside the shower. And so I guess Pyatt, whenever he got into a city, he'd go in and go take a shower. And there's Huddy just, and fucking, just it's mass chaos. But this had been going on and on and on and on and on. And so Pyatt apparently got Huddy's room key. And Huddy went to take off for the ballpark. And Pyatt took his late morning, early afternoon shit into a towel and then put it on top of the heater and then cranked the heater up to 90 degrees.
Call down to the front desk. Can I have another room, please?
Bro, the team comes back. The whole fucking hallway is cleared out, man. There's like biohazard people in there.
Ah, shit. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Oh, so then this is probably like another 2-3 years later. Pyatt was on his way back to Tampa when he was playing with the Devil Rays. And we were playing them in Oakland. And I guess Huddy in the middle of the game had gone in and laced up his entire inside of his suit. Like, just, I'm talking jacket, everything, with the cheese. The cheese is like icy hot times fucking 100, man. It's the hottest shit you've ever. So once it touches your skin, it doesn't matter. You can't go wash this off. It's just something.
And he's going to be taking a shower, so he's going to have bare skin, and it's going to be completely porous.
Exactly.
And so he puts his shit on.
He puts his shit on, and within a few seconds, it's like, oh fuck, like what the fuck. He said from that point until the time they got back to Tampa, they got all the way back to Tampa like fucking 7 hours later for the time he was putting his suit on after the game. And he said he was still burning up. So yeah, I mean, just stupid shit, man. I mean, just stupip shit. Man.
Hey, I'm telling you, I can tell you one thing, right? Every sport has their pranks, all right? But there is nobody that has better pranks in baseball. Why? Because we are together for 8 freaking months. Yeah. We have months to discuss this, and we have history. This shit was done 40 years ago, and they're still doing this shit.
Yeah, dude. I was reading today. Do you remember Bill Veeck?
Yeah.
And so it's just a fascinating story. Apparently, there's a new documentary that's come out about Bill and his kid. I think it's Mike Veeck, and just how revolutionary they are. They're thinking of baseball. It's just, dude, it's a quacky sport, man. But also at the same time, like I think that's what really bonds us, because it's almost like.
All right, wait a second. Wait. Before you get going here, all right. There's a lefty up here at the plate, and I don't even know. Oh, it's
Peterson.
It's Peterson.
Yeah.
All right. He swung it 2 freaking split fingers down. All right. So they throw him another one. Watch the next few pitches. There is no way that this son of a bitch is going to get a fastball. He's going to get split fingered to death. Just watch this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, hello, McFly. This is common sense calling.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Watch Bailey go down. Boom.
But when you take one like that looked pretty. Like
it looks good. It looks good. Guess what's coming next? Another split finger.
It looks like there's actually some people at the Arizona ballpark tonight.
Oh, God. Watch. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a fastball. Yay. He got an out. He was trying to get a double play ball.
But you could tell, like, once he took it like this, like really comfortable, and he threw a good one. I mean, that's kind of like, okay, it's time to change it up, though, right?
Yeah. But that's what I'm telling you. I mean, some of these at-bats, it's like, all right, look, yeah, I might be off by a pitch or two, but not really. It's like, look, I'm going to be guessing, and I'm going to be pretty much freaking right.
Hey, how much time? I was looking at this picture right here, and I only got a few minutes left.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before the family starts screaming. But how much time have you spent with this guy?
Oh my God, Uke.
Yup.
Oh my God, what a freaking beauty!
Beauty.
God Almighty, I love him. I love him.
He's so fucking real, man.
Oh, he's so funny. And so, not only was he a major league ball player,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't, the front line guy and all that sort of stuff, but he was coming up to be like a comedian, and it just fit perfect going into the booth and being a comedian. And God Almighty, what you see in like Major League, just
It's real.
get outside. What you see in Major League is what you get in real life. I mean,
It's real.
he's that dude.
Yeah, that's the beauty of you. Now that I didn't spend a ton of time around him, but what's so insane is that he's still the Brewers play-by-play guy. You got to catch the fucking ball.
Really? He let that one drop?
Holy shit. Yeah.
That looked like that was going to hang up there enough to make a catch.
Bro was up there forever.
That was Haniger. He might have been playing over a little bit more because he was expecting him to pull a split finger.
Okay, it looked like he was playing pretty straight up, but good golly, man. I like Haniger.
That shit happens, I mean, who knows? I mean, in all of these stupid ass ballparks, you got light banks and all that. You might have lost it in the lights a little bit. Who knows? I mean, there's all kinds of shit that's going on.
Yeah, I get it, but you want to know another issue that I have? And now that's going to cost the Giants.
Here's your boy Carroll at the plate, by the way. Like rookie of the year candidate right here.
Yeah, he did another double, man. He's absolutely killing it. But here's the issue, Thrill.
Oh shit! Guess what? They took the freaking lead 3-2 now.
I know. Here's a fucking
limit.
Dude, you can't give him extra outs. It's a hanging split finger.
That's a hanging split finger, ladies and gentlemen. Right down the left field line again.
Okay. You want to know another issue I have? They have these fucking cards in their back pocket.
Oh my God. That fucking drives me insane. God Almighty. Give your opinion on that. Give your opinion on that.
Haniger is out there, and I like him. I like him in the outfield too. And I've seen him lay out for balls, but the ball's hit. He comes over. It's in the air forever. It falls right in front of him. He picks it up, plays the safe route, whatever, throws it in. Now you're turning the lineup over. Here comes Corbin Carroll. Well, then they show Haniger right after, and he's in his back pocket looking at his card. Put the fucking card away, dude. If you're the Giants defensive positioning coach, look, I'm moving guys like this and that. The more you make them mechanical out in the field, the more they're going to play mechanical. And then shit like that happens where he's not catching the ball, when if he just used his fucking instincts, the ball would have been in his fucking back pocket.
Totally agree.
Ugh.
Totally agree. We got lucky right there. That was another split finger. He smacked down the left field line, and it was just a hair foul. Otherwise, we'd have had another run on us. But here's the thing. You go over these pitcher-hitter meetings and position meetings and all that sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden, every time, a reliever comes out there, a starter comes out there, you got to look in your back pocket and see where you need to play. Fuck that. Play where you fucking think you need to play because of the swings that the hitter is taking. That's what you did your whole career as an outfielder. That's what I did my whole career as an infielder. I saw the swings that the guy's taking off the guy that was freaking firing it on in there.
read swings. That's what we would say over and over and over again. Just read swings.
Read swings. There you go, right there.
You obviously could tell the approach.
All right, we got a little pitching guru here. Here comes Andrew Bailey out to the mound.
Corbin Carroll slapped the ball the other way. You just saw Ketel Marte try to do it. They obviously had the approach that, look, they're not going to try to do too much. You have a ball that's going away from them. You try to.
Well, they know the split finger's coming. They're trying not to pull the ball. They're trying to hit the ball the other way because they don't want to pull off of the split finger and hit a ground ball. So then here comes Tommy Pham right here. You know, he got him in the first at bat. But I mean, if I'm Tommy Pham with 2 runners on right here, I'm sitting dead split finger and I'm trying to hit some shit to like either up the middle or on your TV screen right here to right center. I want to make sure I'm not going to pull off the ball.
Okay, 2 outs, 2 on, runner goes. Safe.
Shit.
Ball gets away.
Oh God.
Oh, he's going.
Stay there. Oh, no. Oh.
Safe. Holy shit.
Oh, my God. No. We just did that the other day. Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
Holy shit.
All right, so low throw, he blocks it. Ball gets away. Here we go. And then pass a bundo, and then here we go again. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he was going to be out, too, if he held on to the ball. And Tommy Pham, a base hit. It's going to be a double down the line.
Jesus.
So just like that, 5-2, Arizona. And this all started with two outs. Nobody on.
Shit.
And hold on a second, Thrill, because I'm going to bring this back up. Perdomo. Excuse me.
Perdomo.
The shortstop for the Arizona Diamondbacks. A switch hitter. Light hitting from the left side.
Yes.
If you're a left fielder, where the fuck are you going to play that guy on a guy that has a split finger fastball and a 2-seamer that runs away?
Boom.
All the way down the line, right?
The other way, yeah.
All the way down the line, right? He hit a shit ball.
Wait. When you go play him on the line, you look at your center field and you say, hey, I'm over here. Come with me.
Nope.
And then the center fielder is going to look at the right field and go, hey, come here. Come with me. Everybody moves on a chain.
Yeah, that's stupid, man. That's a bummer for the Giants. It really is.
And hey, look, you and I are pulling so hard for these guys. I mean, but the stupid shit like that doesn't cut it.
Ow. He just fouled the ball off his ear. Christian Walker.
Hey, that's what you get for being a moron. I've never hit a ball off my own face. That's called catch it out in front, bitch.
Good point.
Although I can't win anything, he's got freaking 30 homers.
He's good, dude. He's a I want to say he's a Mississippi State guy. He's South Carolina.
Yeah, he's not a Mississippi State guy.
No, he's not. He's a South Carolina guy.
All right, I'll pull him right here.
Let's see.
Yeah, South Carolina. Baltimore Orioles, round 4, overall pick 132.
Yeah, he's put together a nice career. I saw him hit 3 homers in Reno and came home, did a bunch of research on him. I was still working for MLB at the time. And then when he got called up, it's cool. It's because I had the experience of watching him in Reno and got to sing his praises a little bit. And
hey, Christian, you're getting ready to see a split finger. Just letting you know. Might want to get used to this one. Oh, we had a reverse pick. Oh, yay.
Inside move. All right, Thrill. This is going to be my last hitter, bro. I got.
All right. I got it. You got smell-o-vision going on and Dara Ahoya. Here we go. Split finger.
That was fastball away, wasn't it?
Yep, you're right. Backdoor sinker. It was something going down.
Panels open in Arizona. It's had to have cooled off then.
Well, and then if it's open, ball carries.
You're damn right it does.
Yeah, a lot more in Arizona when it's open.
Way more.
So I'm just looking right here. He literally has 4 pitches in on Walker, and all 4 pitches are splits.
This is a tough go of it for a guy that's
Shit. He chased the splitter or breaking ball, whatever.
I think it was breaking ball. He finally threw a breaking ball.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, for everyone who's joined us, we appreciate y'all.
Hey, we had some new people in the chat room. We didn't address that.
Let's talk about it.
Hey, look, man. Thank y'all for being there for us. Come on back next week. Byrnes and I will be doing our thing. We got a lot of crap to talk about by next week.
Hey, Thrill. I think it was Rodolfo that had this question earlier, and I am curious to know this. It basically was something along the lines of, did anybody ever fuck with Barry Bonds?
As far as what?
Just like on a prank
I'll
level.
fuck with Barry Bonds every fucking day.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, Barry came in the clubhouse and was like, I'm MVP, I'm MVP, I'm MVP. Well, motherfucker, you didn't do it when the fucking lights are on. Every time I fucking looked up, the fucking Braves are in the playoffs. And so I'd fuck with Barry every day. And so anyway, so that's a story for a few Jack Daniels in private later on. But I can tell you this right now. I'll remember this one till the day I die. We're in San Diego. In San Diego, we never had a rain delay, anything like that. And I'll be goddamn if freaking Barry doesn't come over there in 93 and we get a freaking like rain to where we couldn't take BP on the field. So we got to be in the cages. And San Diego had 1 cage. So we had to wait till they got through, hitting before we could get in the cage. But we had a certain time that we could be in there.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there just watching the guys hit. And it got to be, let's say 4:45. It got to be 4:45, right? And Phil Plantier is just fucking steadily hitting. And so Barry gets the ass. Barry's like, hey, Phil, it's our turn, get out the cage. And Planetier's like, fuck you, Barry. Barry walked in there and just full on, like you said before, like flat hand slapped him. I mean, whop, like bitch slapped him like that. And I'm standing right there, and Matt Williams is standing right there. I look at Matt, and I'm like, we're getting ready to fucking go right here. And I'll be goddamn if Plantier doesn't just walk out the cage like nothing ever happened, and we started hitting. So there's your Barry Bonds story of the night.
Holy shit, man. Things were different back then, weren't they?
Full on whop, hand slap Plantier, and Plantier just walked the fuck out the cage. Like, all right, here we go.
And then there you go. That's if it's your turn in the cage, it's your fucking turn in the cage.
There you go. There's another Barry Bonds story for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thrill. All right, man. Well, let's next week. Are you good to go?
Good to go. We'll have
we're coming down the nitty-gritty.
What will we have for next week? Next week, we're going to have the Giants. All right. They'll be done with the Diamondbacks. Then they'll have 4 games, 4, not 3, 4 under their belt with the Dodgers. So we will have plenty to talk about. And Big Mike Ahoya, since you're in the audience, Jason, since you're in the audience, the Thrill, Trayman, and a few others are going to the Double Deuce. And I will be shooting pigs. I will have pigs down galore. So there you have it.
Bring home the bacon.
Seriously,
Like
I am bringing home bacon and pork chops. We will have so much of that shit laying around. It'll be unbelievable.
All right, Thrill.
Hey, tell Tara, love her, and Miss Smell-O-Vision tonight, and your daughter enjoy dinner. And as far as my man Biscuit, tell him to keep doing his thing, bro. RBI triples, we love them.
You're damn fucking right, man. Dude, he had two of them. Big ones. One was a walk-off, then the other one was to put us ahead. So
hey, look.
Fun.
We had some new, we didn't get to it, all right? But like early on, we had new people in the audience, man. Hey, look, we love you guys. Bring freaking new people on board. Come on. And Big Mike, Rodolfo, Linda, everybody. Y'all bring new people. Luker, freaking reach out, man. Reach out. Bring new people on board. We love it.
And for everybody listening on Spotify, on Apple, on any other platform, please do us a favor. Number one, tell a friend about it. But number two, if you guys could hit 5 stars on the review, if we are so worthy, and also if you could write a review, it really helps on just getting us out there and ideally bringing some good baseball knowledge to people from all over the world. And then the other thing for you guys, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, come on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Thrill Time, 9
Central
p.m.
Standard,
East Coast Time.
Central Standard, goddamn it!
Hey man, it's just backwoods, backcountry fucking time.
Oh,
dude.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Hey, look, we're gonna have a lot of fun next week. Yeah. We're getting towards the end of the season, and depending on what the hell goes on, we have not done it here, within the last few weeks, but we'll start bringing them people on. We'll knock Big Mike, you're not fucking coming on. Rodolfo, you fucking are not coming on. We're gonna knock some new people on here and have some fun.
Hey, and the last thing, because he's a friend of the program, Thrill. I saw some tweets floating around about the sons of Johnny LeMaster, right? And the Croy.
Oh, Croy to Candlestick.
Croy to Candlestick. I got these Croy to Eric Byrnes pins right here. It's so fucking cool. Just a staple at the stick, a staple at Pac Bell, AT&T, Oracle, whatever the fuck you call it now. Apparently, they're trying to take away his season tickets. And the reason being is that he's reselling a certain amount of tickets for face value and sometimes far under face value. And they're thinking he's, for whatever reason, some kind of ticket broker. So they're trying to get in the middle of this. And so he's taking the social media.
You're talking about the Giants?
Yeah, the Giants have basically said you can't have your season tickets anymore because you're reselling too many of them. It's this big shit show. Look, Sons of Johnny LeMaster's a fucking legend. Do not fuck with him. Do not fuck with his tickets. That's bullshit. So somebody, whoever it is within the Giants organization, figure it out and make sure he is well taken care of for all those years that he stuck around and was the lifeblood, heart, and soul of Candlestick Park. And
hey, look. All of my guys out there in California, they're all season ticket holders. And to be totally honest, they're getting freaking their asses handed to them. I mean, they've had to come out of pocket already for freaking playoff tickets this year. They've had to come out of pocket for a season ticket for next year already. And so the Giants have like 6 or 8 months that they're sitting on that cash, and getting a little dividend out of it. So I get the business side of things, but hey, look, you keep pissing off your season ticket holders, San Francisco Giants, you better watch out. They'll revolt.
Bro, season tickets are down 26%. They haven't won a playoff series in 9 years. How about that? So look, I love the Giants. Obviously,
I do too. I work for them. Jesus Christ! But
exactly.
You can't keep handing everybody their ass. You can't do that.
Let's just make sure we do the right thing. That's it. And they
will. There you go. There you go. Hey, look, you put a freaking playoff team in front of me. All right. I will pay through the nose. You put a playoff team in front of me. If I got to bite my fingernails all the way to the end, I'm not going to freaking pay through the nose for shit like that.
Cobb's out of the game. Something happened. Let's see.
Oh, shit.
God. Hopefully it's not his arm.
Did he grab anything?
No.
He grabbed the back of his head, almost like he had something happen to his back or something like that.
I don't know.
Hey, look, there's a lot of shit we covered tonight, and a lot of controversial shit. And by the way, Tom Verducci, go get another spray tan, motherfucker.
Ha! I love you, Thrill. Hey, man, have a fantastic week. Everyone else out there, have a fantastic week. Please tell people about the show, and we'll see y'all next week.
Hey, everybody in the chat room, we freaking love you. Tell Tara we missed out on Smell-O-Vision. Tell Biscuit to keep freaking raking. And last but not least,
see ya!
See ya!